My time here at Unitec, I've been here about 5 years. I guess if I'm brutally honest about the teaching style before, I don't think it would have changed that much from perhaps when I was at school or I went through a polytechnic environment. Very much chalk and talk. The lecturer, teacher knew everything. And I guess from a teaching point of view, when you are teaching to 40 students, you expect everyone to be quiet and pay attention. You can understand how teachers from bygone ages could take the rubber, the blackboard rubber, the duster, and throw it at students just to keep them quiet and keep them focused. That sort of teaching style is very much hard work. You have to have a lot of information. You have to have a lot of content. You have to keep driving it and driving it and driving it. And probably driving it to the extent where even if the people in the back row have fallen asleep, at least they're not making a noise and interrupting the lesson, so other students can obviously open their heads wide open to have this content poured in. And that was very much the way teaching was, and I think it certainly hasn't changed to when I was back at school. However, this new approach is so incredibly different that it gives an opportunity to actually stand back from that, to actually not be in front of students having to fill them full of this content. The students find their own content, they're just given directions. There is far more retention of that content. It is far deeper, it is richer, and it is a lot easier from a teaching point of view, because you're not tired at the end of the day. You actually finish your whole day vitalised and still full of energy, rather than feeling it's about time I dropped in at the wholesalers to get a nice bottle of red wine so I can sit back and relax from an incredibly hard day of teaching. It's totally taken that focus away. It's made a totally different environment, and it's made an environment that is not only comfortable to be in, but it's created an environment that is more of a teaching environment as well, because it allows you time to have one-on-one with certain students or certain groups that perhaps are struggling with a particular concept. You can spend some time with those students knowing that the other students are getting on with what they're meant to be getting on with. So from a management point of view, it's a lot easier to manage a lot more students in an educational way rather than in a dictatorial way. There's so many advantages with this style of teaching that it totally numbs the way that we used to teach. And it's surprising that this is only really evident when you actually start to go through this process yourself. Once you start to become a facilitator and you stand back and you watch the students take responsibility and ownership of their learning, you realise that learning is actually happening rather than drilling the content into those students.